I'm Bob Foley with QView Medical. I'd like to spend a few minutes with you to give you an overview of the QVCAD system, some of the clinical studies that have been performed, as well as the current level of sensitivity that we have achieved with the QVCAD system. ABUS was developed really to design for detecting cancers in dense breast tissue. It does overcome mammographic masking. It's an adjunct to mammography, and it gives you a comprehensive view of the breast, whole breast ultrasound. But with that, we also have given large amounts of data to review. It could be up to 2,000 2D sectional images per exam. And you know your reading time with the ABUS, but even in reading times approaching 3 to 5 minutes or longer may not be acceptable for a cost-effective screening process. So we developed the AI QView CAD. Now the algorithms are developed by a team that have over 30 years experience in AI. And AI is a very general term, but the combination that we use in imaging analysis is machine vision, computer vision, as well as deep learning, the use of some of the current tools, neural networks. So all these contribute to the continual improvement of the algorithm. And I will demonstrate and show where we currently have achieved a high level of sensitivity. I want to summarize 3 studies that have been done both in China, Europe, and the USA. The ones I've cited, the Yang study was the most recent, done and published in radiology. The Van Zeiss study was published in European Radiology in 2018, and really the results of the FDA approval for the QVCAD system was published in 2018 in the American Journal of Radiology. So the 2 critical factors are, one, what is the performance of the radiologist and the performance of the system in assisting the radiologist in the read. And that's called ROC, receiver operating characteristic, if you want the acronym. But measurement of both of all the studies, and in particular, Yang had studied both what they called the novice and the expert radiologist, depends upon the length of time in radiology, but all had superior ROC performance and all had interpretation time improvement. So the benefits that were originally envisioned with regard to QVCAD have been achieved and affirmed in these particular studies. Let's look at the reader study first. We conducted this in 2016. We had 18 readers, and we had 185 ABUS studies. So the reader study is the standard level of approval for any new imaging modality and AI system approved by the FDA. So the most important thing is no loss in diagnostic accuracy, reading with the QView CAD, and that's what the FDA requires. But the secondary objective was we had a reading time improvement of 33%. Now the 3 minutes looks rather optimistic, but we also trained those radiologists to read 200 cases before they initiated the study. And what do you see in QVCAD? You see the overview screen, which is the initial screen, which we call for concurrent CAD review, which the FDA allowed this in the approval, where we mark the areas of interest in the first review of the case as opposed to a second read CAD-like system. And we highlight 2 areas. Abnormal areas are highlighted by green CAD marks and enhanced dark areas. The China reader study looked at it a little differently. They had image level rather than case level, so they had 1,485 images, but again, they achieved a 32% improved reading time. Now, it's interesting to note that the novice and expert were only separated by novices were considered up to 3 years reading experience, experts were beyond 3 years. All had read 2,500 ultrasound cases a year, and all had read 500 A-bus cases before they initiated the study. And they measured both second read, the standardized CAD read where you read after the case is reviewed by you, and they did concurrent read. Regardless of what the case, all improved ROC curves. The reading time was only slightly improved if you're doing the second read, but there was an improvement. And the novice improved learning curve went from the sensitivity went from 67% without QVCAD to 88% with QVCAD. Now this is a level of measurement of improvement in really any systems. The acronym, the ROC curve, is the receiver characteristics of the performing radiologist or the system. So if you look at the green star, that's where we started with the 18 radiologists in the initial review of the QVCAD system. But since then, we've gone through 3 major releases, and we're currently operating at, as indicated, the 94.3% sensitivity. And what does this mean? 0.1 green circles per volume. We test this over 10,000 cases when we do a release of the system. 0.1 green circles per volume indicates what you would normally expect to see in a normal case, negative case, which implies if you have a 6-volume case, you're not likely to see more than 1 green circle in a 6-volume case. So we've improved sensitivity, we've minimized and controlled the false positives. So to achieve that, and you would look at that in your normal practice, you will see that there might be a large percentage, 40 to 50% of the cases, when you're doing breast ultrasound screening, that have no marks. So that would allow you to quickly go through those particular cases. Now there is a case where you pick up 3 additional percentages of sensitivity, but you're also picking up some false positives, and this is called the enhanced highlighting, the enhanced black marks. So we'll go through some cases where you can see that, but that basically this is the chart that targets the improvement and the actual current performance at the very high level of 94%.